By golly, I'll tell you, you're going to be glad you came. Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown, and we are right here ready to go with another, and I mean really big day on Championship Wrestling.
Tony Torres going to be in here in the opening match today. We had our first look at him a couple of weeks ago, and he looked mighty good today. He's going against Mr. Ito. We'll have Jimmy Hart as his manager. Hickerson and the Spoiler will be along as a tag team a little bit later on. Dutch Mantell teamed with Porkchop Cash in a tag team match. We will have the new generation here. We will also have Poffo Mania, Randy Savage, Sir Lanny Poffo in a tag team match. And a little bit later on, 6-man tag team action. This will be our expiration of time match. On one side of the ring, it'll be the King, Jerry Lawler, and Steve Kern and Stan Lane. That's not all.
Already I like it.
Tojo Yamamoto is also back. Tojo is back in a capacity that we're not used to seeing him in.
We have been used to seeing him when we move away, and Tojo is coming at it. We'll have all of that and much more, and we better get at it. We're going to take time out now. Be back in just a moment. The introductions, Dave.
All right, this is going to be a 10-minute time limit match. Introducing from Houston, Texas, at 209 pounds, over on the right of your screen, Tony Torres. And going against him from Osaka, Japan, 253 pounds, with his manager, Jimmy Hart, Mr. Ito, Masa Ito. This a 10-minute time limit match. The referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, and right away, it's Ito over on the back of Tony Torres, and he jumps him before hardly the bell had gotten a ring out of it. So it's going to be a very tough day for Torres, Dave.
It is indeed. He's given away a lot of weight. I mentioned that at the beginning of the program, we had seen Torres. He was part of a tag team a week or two ago on Championship Wrestling. He was impressive, but boy, he is going against one of the all-time tough ones in the area here, and that's Mr. Ito, Masao Ito, out of Osaka, Japan, and since he has been around here, he has been double tough.
International heavyweight champion, as a matter of fact, and obviously this is not a title bout. Tony Torres maybe wishes that it were. At least he would have that behind him, having had a title bout with Ito, but Tony has got to get, he's a fine basic wrestler, excellent style and a lot of speed, but he never had a chance. Ito slowed him down before he got started, and Tony just can't get off the ropes. Ito just wearing him out.
Tony runs into a chop.
Comes over Tokyo.
This one's over.
Yeah.
Minute 19 seconds of time on it, and it was a total victory for Ito. He just took control, as you said, even before the bell sounded, and kept it for a minute 20 seconds.
Okay, so Mr. Ito comes out with a victory over Tony Torres. Tony was really subjected to everything that Ito had right off the bat. You can see, as we look back on that particular match, some of the action that gave you an idea of Ito with that final move. That's what Hart was calling bombs over Tokyo. And
see, boy, it rattled Torres when he hit there.
Didn't he, though? He's got his shoulders down. 2 and a 3 count. And, of course, Torres, who, I back up what you said. I thought he looked awfully good. Right here, he never really had. Listen, we had such a short one. Why don't we go ahead and stick another one right in there as our opening match, and we'll get a little more in this segment. Well, on hindsight, with Hickerson and Spoiler coming out, I don't know whether we're ready for this or not. We are ready for the introductions for our second bout.
This will be 15-minute time limit at a total of 419 pounds, over on the right of your screen. From Memphis, Tennessee, both of them, Jameson and
Big Lou Winston.
Big Lou Winston, substitution there. Big Lou Winston teamed up with Jameson. And then on the other side of the ring at 521 pounds total weight, from parts unknown, the Spoiler. And from Jackson, Tennessee, Phil Hickerson. 15-minute time limit. The referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Well, we started off in the opening bout with the international champs, and now we got the AWA Southern Tag Champs. For what? Hey, Phil. Bell has sounded. We're off and running. Oh, swell. Yeah, you make my day every time you come around, Phil.
What y'all talk about today, man?
What I'd like to do is for Dave and I to talk about the matches going on.
Well, let it go. Won't you tell him? Look how great the spoiler is. Don't you think he's good this morning? I'll tell you what, I talked to him all night. That's one of the best wrestlers today. You know why? He's good. He's real good. He's not as good as I am, but I'm telling you what, he's good. You know what I mean?
Marvelous.
Hey, them guys right there, man, they're great.
Coming in with Jim Jameson.
Jim, that's one of the best wrestlers I ever witnessed. I'm telling you.
Okay, Phil.
He's struggling. That was a real good move right there, right?
Took him over and bounced him off the mat. Big Lou trying to drum up a little enthusiasm out of the crowd as he just rattles Jameson's frame.
Man, I'm having a tough time. I done broke a sweat, you know it?
Yeah.
Man, I'm sitting over here just sweating. This is one of the roughest matches I've ever been in right here.
Why don't you go up in the ring up there?
Well, he don't need me up there, man. He's great. You know, look here, man. We're champions, right?
I know.
This guy, I don't even want to do it.
You didn't even have to get dressed today.
No, man. I want to do it. Let everybody look. Let everybody see me. Pretty, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Us sitting together on this thing, man. Hollywood, I'll be calling, you know?
Uh-huh.
Look here. Don't do it yet, man. Don't do it. No, don't do it now.
Come on,
I'll let you know when to do it, man.
There's no excuse. It's just continuing to inflict.
Look at old boy leaning over the rope yard. Oh, Hambone, you don't want to get in there, man.
All right, Lou
That boy
Winston
don't want in there. Go
trying
ahead,
to make
Spoiler.
himself available for a tag out there.
Spoiler's good, isn't he?
That's ridiculous.
What do you mean it's ridiculous?
Sit there, he's got him on a rope, choking him over there, and he slams
ain't
him in the
choking
face.
him.
He was.
I ain't seen a choke. That boy don't even know how to choke. I'm telling you. Go ahead, Spoiler. Lay it on him, brother.
You were listening
Boy, I'll
to
tell you what.
one half of the AWA Southern Tag
Man, you
Team.
got to let me borrow your hanky, man. I'm sweating sitting over here. You know, these lights are hot. You know that?
You didn't know we had it so tough, did you, Fool?
I love it. Where's old Rich Gilbert at, man?
Poor Jim Jameson. Well, don't worry about them. You'll run
Did you
into
tell
them.
everybody, man, we the champions?
Yes, you
Still
told them a
champions,
dozen times. Yes, you Jameson just stopped cold in the
Rick, we
middle
all
of
just
it.
go ahead and kill the boy and get it over
I
with.
think we ought to
Oh,
pin
don't
him.
do it. No, don't do it. No.
What are you doing? Tell him, ref. The referee has the option.
Go ahead,
Will you
boy.
quit laughing?
For what, man? I'm a happy man. What more can I want? I'm sitting down here with you, my good old friend and buddy. Yeah, man, and these belts and everything.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Side suplex.
Okay, go ahead, do it. I guarantee you that boy ain't gonna get up there. If he does, he's gonna do some funny things when he stands up.
That's it, Dave.
Tough match, man.
Yeah, you really had it tough, Phil.
I gotta go take a shower. You know what I'm talking about? Get all this sweat off.
What was the time on it?
3 minutes, 18 seconds.
3:18. Marvelous. The only good thing about it is maybe we get rid of Hickerson. Right here.
some other time.
We never even got an opportunity to get Lou Winston in there, and you want to see how the spoiler ended him, brother. Look at the way he bashed him down on the mat as he picked him up with that side suplex, jerked him right on over. They really slammed him high so he got the back of the neck. And Jim Jameson getting a round of applause. Boy, that isn't all he got. He got some rough treatment from the spoiler, and the spoiler got the 1, 2, 3 in there as Phil Hickerson sat over here and ran his mouth about how great they are. We're going to take time out. We have got the Dutchman and Chops coming out here. We'll be looking for Porkchop and Dutch in just one moment. Well, yeah, Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Goodness, we got some big action still to go right here in the ring. We're going to be back to it in just a moment. Tuesday night right there at the Louisville Gardens. Wow, what a night of action that is. 3 matches. Let's quickly, I'll give you the entire card a little bit later. Hickerson and Spoiler against Mantell and Cash. You're going to be seeing Rick Rude going against Tommy Wildfire Rich, title match. Also, you'll be seeing Randy Savage, Lanny Poffo against the Rock and Roll Express. Wow, what it is. Jimmy Hart, Angel, going to be in the corner of Rick Rude when one of the top single wrestlers in the country, though he's been wrestling tag, Tommy Rich, will be going after that Southern heavyweight title, Jimmy.
You know, you better believe it. You know, when Rick Rude signed me to handle all of his affairs for him, he said, look, Jimmy, I want to stay in the gym. I want to lift weights. I want to get myself in the best condition possible, and I want you to sign the best people we can bring in. And look at Tommy Rich. He's big, he's bad. He's, what, 6'3", 225 pounds? But this is the king of professional wrestling right now, Rick Rude, baby.
Yeah.
The only thing bad about Tommy Rich, Jimmy, is his looks. Let me tell you something. You can't start a fire without a spark. And Tommy Rich, you're not even going to get a chance to spark, brother. Lance, take a look at that punk. Looks like he should be sitting up in the audience drinking beer and watching the matches. Just goes to show you what kind of champion I am. An equal opportunity champion. I'll even give a chump like Tommy Rich a shot. Bring it on down, Tommy Rich, and we'll see just where you end up on the mat like everybody else, punk.
I think you're overlooking the record that this guy has gotten. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. You know his record. It's going to be a whale of a match next
You better
Tuesday.
believe it. You know, Tommy Rich was once in the family at one time till we kicked him out. Why? Because he couldn't win me any belts. He wasn't a Southern heavyweight champion back then. He didn't have any kind of belt. Rick Rude is the greatest professional athlete in the world today. You can look and tell that right now. He was the Southern champion. So, Tommy, bring it on, baby, and we're going to leave with that Southern belt. Right, Ricky?
That's it, Jimmy. No chance, Tommy Rich. Take my advice. Stay home, boy.
He won't be staying home. He'll be right in the Louisville Gardens. You can better believe he'll be after that title, too.
All right. About ready to go at a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. One-fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing a total weight of 425 pounds. On the left of your screen, both from Memphis, Tennessee, Pat Hutchinson and Jesse Owens. And going against him at a total weight of 463 pounds. From Washington, D.C., Porkchop Cash and his partner, from Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantell. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
I think it's kind of interesting, the combination of Chops and Dutchman in there as a tag team. They have looked very, very good together, and they're getting a lot of attention in terms of title shots as Mantell and Porkchop in their short career together have looked excellent. Dutch is not that close to any particular wrestler, but he admires a guy who can get in there and take care of business, and Brother Chops can do that. Look at Hutchinson go in there. Good move by Pat.
Yeah, Pat Hutchinson, a veteran now. He's been wrestling for a long time. He has run up against some of the toughest opponents anywhere in the world. He's up against a tough one now. Washington, D.C.'s Porkchop Cash, as you said. He's a man who goes in the ring to get the job done. Hutchinson hooks his legs over the rope. That's a smart move. I know that's one that wrestling fans don't like to see, and they get upset sometimes when they see wrestlers use the ropes. But when you're in trouble, that's a quick way to get the hole broken without much damage being done to you. And that's what Hutchinson did. The armbar by Porkchop Cash as he's around behind Pat. 1 minute gone.
Chop has always been characteristics of him is that very large upper body. Boy, he is strong. And here's the Dutch.
Dutch Mantell.
This guy just delivers it to you straight down the pipe.
Straight shoulder coming off the ropes is what he hit him with. Hutchinson picked up.
Notice Dutch grabbed the hair, and the referee got on him about it. Now, Dutch is not one who will avoid doing whatever he comes to his mind to do in there. He'll go along with it. The guy's going along pretty straight with him. He's all right. But, boy, you let a guy start messing with the rules, and he came to the wrong place when he tempts Dutch.
Mr. Hutchinson finds himself doing battle with Porkchop Cash again. They were over close to the corner while Dutch was there. They just made a tag. Chops back in.
But with the background that Chops has and Dutch has, they're the perfect kind of guys to go against, for instance, like Hickerson and the Spoiler, because they can take it, but they can sure dish it out, just like Hickerson and Spoiler can. They don't wait around a long time before they start putting it to it. Pat going to the midsection in there, but takes an uppercut with that forearm. Bam, another one, and Pat down the middle of the ring.
Good example of what you were talking about. Hutchinson trying to go after Chops, backed into a corner there, and Porkchop keeps firing out with that right hand to take the upper hand again from Pat Hutchinson. Hutchinson again finds himself seated on the mat. There's Porkchop Cash's hold that he has on him. I really don't know what you'd call that hold, but it's effective. It's not on the throat. It's just on both sides of the neck. Has the jaw all stable so that he can't move, can't break out of the hole. He let him out. Hutchinson forces him back to the corner. And Hutchinson with the forearm on Porkchop Cash while he's got him back on the turnbuckles. There's another one, and the upper arm by Porkchop Cash. Hutchinson stumbles, came back for more, and Porkchop Cash nailed him and knocked him right off his feet. Hutchinson needs to be looking toward the corner. He was looking. Is he going to make the tag? Yeah. He is. Here's Jesse Owens.
I think he was proving a point of how tough he was standing in there with Chops and Dutchman, but he saw the wisdom of tagging out, and he did do that.
It was that time, what is the old saying? Discretion, the better part of valor, I think. And that's what Hutchinson finally did. Owen takes the forearm. Was it a fist? Referee thought maybe it was a fist there. He warned Porkchop. I guess he had the fist doubled up was the warning. Here comes Hutchinson back in. Jesse Owens not in there long before he thought it was wise to make a tag. Chops over to the corner, make the tag on Dutch Mantell, so it's the Dutchman against Hutchinson. 4 minutes gone. 4 minutes into the match.
Got a super show today, Dave, as you indicated on the front end. We've got the new generation that'll be coming up a little later on. We've also got Lawler, Lane, and Kern. It'll be in a 6-man tag match.
Boy, that should be a good one. Expiration of time match coming up there.
One that we won't be as joyous to see in action will be Poffo Mania. Savage and Serlani Poffo will be here.
Porkchop grabbing Hutchinson, puts him into the ropes, sets him up for Dutch Mantell. Mantell with that big roundup, puts him down. Count of 3. 4 minutes, 42 seconds the time. Dutch Mantell and Porkchop Cash have their hands raised after Hutchinson especially and his partner Jesse Owens gave him a battle early in the match, but it was Mantell and Porkchop getting the win.
Yeah, they sure did. Kind of an interesting move that Chops made before he tagged out to the Dutch in there. We've seen him use it on a couple of occasions. Here, Dutch has already been tagged, and Dutch just pops that lariat clothesline at him, puts him down, and it's going to be a 1, 2, 3. And after Dutch hit him with that, it was all academic. Just tell me how long, and you did tell us how long. We've got more action. We'll be back to it in just a moment. Hey, we're going to be back in the ring right here in just 1 moment. But before we do it, we want to get him out here. The King. Jerry.
Hello, man.
Good to have you right out here on this very good day.
Thank you. I know I'm not really scheduled to be out here right now, but I saw a guy in the back fixing to come out here, and before he came out, I just wanted to come out for just a second.
You wanted to talk about something.
Well, it's just, I want to talk about this guy that's going to come out here and kind of maybe reintroduce him to a lot of the people. I see a lot of real young folks out there that might not necessarily remember this guy. But I remember this guy real well because, you see, when I first started wrestling, the promoters, what you would do, you could naturally, you know, you beg for months or years or whatever. You beg the promoters, you say, look, I've worked hard, I've trained and everything, but the main thing is you could be the greatest wrestler in the world. If you never get a match, nobody's going to know it. So you beg the promoters, please give me a chance. I'll wrestle anybody just to prove to you how bad I want to wrestle, you know. And I was on the phones every day talking to the promoters up in Nashville. I said, please, you know, I really want to wrestle. And they said, okay, we're going to give you a match. It was over in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And they put me against this guy, and I found out later they would take all the young wrestlers who were trying to get into wrestling, and they would put them against this guy, and he would beat you, I mean, so bad, unmercifully. He would, I mean, you know, when you'd have to crawl or be carried out of the ring, and he would give you such a beating that if you call the promoters back and said after that match, if you ever called them again and said you wanted to wrestle again, then they knew you had some potential because, you know, if you would come back after that, you wanted to wrestle. And then what they would do is they would book you against this guy in your second match. And, I mean, you know, it was like over and over because he would beat you so bad that he really gave you a great indoctrination to wrestling. And the guy I'm talking about, and I want to bring him out here right now, is Tojo Yamamoto. And I haven't seen him in a long, long time. And you get a kind of a mixed reaction because Tojo has had, you know, he's been a fan favorite, and he hadn't always been a fan favorite. But I'll tell you one thing you always could depend on from this guy. When you stepped in the ring with him, hello, Tojo, how you doing? When you stepped in the ring with him, you could depend on one thing. You were either going to have to be carried out or you were going to crawl out. I can guarantee you that. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, I kind of feel like the fans. Tojo, it's been a while. I've got a mixed reaction, too, because you've had and given Dave and I some uneasy moments in the past.
I'm sorry. What passed already, Mr. Rand Russell. You understand what is past?
What's past? Tojo, tell us what you've been doing.
Well, Mr. Rand Russell, I've been wrestling little and training little, and I went on vacation.
Just taking some time out, and you have been training some people and doing a little wrestling yourself.
Wrestling myself, yes, sir.
Well, by golly, I'll tell you what, this is one guy that has been in there with every top wrestler in the United States, and he's got quite a record against him.
Well, Mr. Lance Russell, I want to say this, that Jerry Jarrett, I started Jerry Jarrett wrestling because Jerry Jarrett one time was only 160 pounds, you understand? And I used to wrestle, and he used to come, watch the match and everything. And Jerry Jarrett one day come up to me, he said, Mr. Tojo Yamamoto, can you train me how to wrestle? I like to learn how to wrestle your style. My style? He said, yes. I said, okay, Jerry Jarrett, you come to my training camp. Okay, he come to my training camp. I just beat him, taught you, I crucify and everything, and he still keep on coming. And I find out that he had big heart. You understand, Mr. Lance Russell? Because his size no mean nothing. When I train him, and then I put him with me as a tag team champion, we won all kind of champion. We broke all record crowd, Mr. Lance Russell. You understand that?
I remember.
And we tortured that interns. You understand? And now, Mr. Lance Russell, another father come up to me was Tommy Rich. You understand Tommy Rich?
Sure.
Yeah, Tommy Rich come up to me. Same thing. He said, Tojo, I want to wrestle. So I told Tommy Rich, okay. But Tommy Rich was very clumsy, you understand? And very stupid. You understand? Yes. And then every time I go in a ring, he hurt me. He kicked my face, kicked my mouth. You understand? Yeah. I took lots of time with him. I trained him, same thing, and he had courage and everything, and he come back for more. I train him, keep on training, and then finally he stayed with me almost 1 year on the road. I took him just like my son and my family. I took him 1 year on the road, and then today, you know, he's a nationwide TV champion.
You betcha. Two of them right there, and Jerry Jarrett and Tommy Rich. You've got quite a background.
And I get caught again from this young generation team.
New generation.
Yeah,
Mark Batten and Johnny.
Yeah, Mark Batten and Johnny Wilhoit. They called me, same thing. They said, Tojo, you train Jerry Jarrett to be champion. You train Tom Reese to be champion. And they said that they like to be trained by me too. But I told them, same thing. If you come to my training camp, you pass my training camp, and all the exercise and all the treatment I give, if you pass with your good heart, I said, I train you. So I left them. And then I went to Hawaii, now I come back. You understand, Mr. Lance Russell? I called them up. I said, how's everything go? They said, very bad. I said, what you mean, very bad? They said, Randy Macho Man Savage beat them. I said, well, I know, like Mr. Lance Russell, I said, that team is not good. They're not an inexperienced team and everything. I've been training them, but now today, I come here live. And I'm going to manage them, and I'm going to see them, and I'm going to give them the works today.
So you're going to be with them at ringside?
That's right.
Not just in the training camp?
Yes, not training camp. I'll be here with the manager today. Thank you very much.
You got one of the toughest guys in the world right here as their manager. Tojo Yamamoto. Boy, it has been a long time. But let me tell you what. He has turned out, Dave, some dynamite stars, and he's now with a couple of young fellas that we were very impressed with as to their potential. And we're talking about the new generation coming in right now. Ken Timms jumps up. Dusty Woods. We're looking at the Hollywood Blondes. Okay, let's have the introductions, Dave.
One fall 15-minute time limit, total weight of 448 pounds from Hollywood, California. Ken Timms and Dusty Woods, the Hollywood Blondes, over on the left of the screen. And going against them at a total weight of 442 pounds. The new generation, Mark Batten and Johnny Wilhoit, and their manager trainer in the corner, Tojo Yamamoto. This will be one fall 15-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
And you know, Dave, it really is a very important step with Johnny and Mark going to Tojo and getting him in the corner. These guys have got a lot of all the physical abilities. They've got great speed. They both can move and can really wrestle. You add the stability and, boy, I mean a mental toughness in that corner like you can't get anywhere else when you put Yamamoto over there. Okay, we got it ready. Are we ready for it? Yes, sir. There it is. Bell time, and here we go with Ken Timms starting out against Mark Batten of the new generation.
New generation has their work cut out for them today.
Does this Wilhoit get up in the air?
Boy, I tell you, Johnny Wilhoit grabbed Ken Timms, dropped him to the mat. Timms battling out of the hole to his feet. What an explosion out of the new generation's corner. Boy, when Wilhoit popped in there after that tag, there's Dusty Woods in there, the Hollywood Blondes. Hollywood Blondes, tough team, let me tell you. Just stepped over. And a drop kick with his feet about 6.5 feet off the mat.
He can really get up and fire at you. We made the comparison before. It reminds you very much of Coco Ware with that drop kick. Hey, listen, Mark Batten's got no bad drop kick either, brother. I'll tell you, he can kick your brains out in a hurry. Both of them can go. No two ways about it. Watching Tojo over there, he's talking to Batten saying, hey, stay in the corner.
Ken Timms using a foreign object of some sort from the apron out here. I see he's got a similar piece of string or rope that he's got doubled up, and now Woods is choking Johnny Wilhoit with it.
The new Hollywood Blondes see a way to make an instant recognition by beating the new generation on championship wrestling, and they are pulling out all the stops in a hurry, choking Johnny Wilhoit as Mark Batten comes out of the corner to try to help out. The referee runs him out. He runs Ken Timms out. And Timms distracting Jerry Calhoun again so that Woods can work on him with that rope around his neck. Notice how he's got him covered up so the referee can't see. He did see it.
He caught it. Referee caught the rope around the throat. He finally saw it. But look at this. Mark Batten grabbing both of them after the match is over. The new generation has won it by disqualification. Dusty Woods dropping down across the back of Mark Batten. Wilhoit has rolled out of the ring. Tojo is over there to help him. Meanwhile, the new Hollywood Blondes have that rope wrapped around Mark Batten's throat.
They've already lost it with a disqualification, so they figure they don't have anything to lose. What's this?
They're coming in the ring.
Oh, yeah. Yamamoto match because he is topping the stew out of it. That's exactly what Lawler was talking about. He will beat you to death with that chop. Timms down again. Dusty Woods comes back and gets nailed. Woods still has that rope, and Yamamoto, He cleared the house out in a hurry.
Boy, he hasn't lost the ability to do that, has he? He stepped in there and went after both of them, never backed up an inch. Throwing chop after chop, and the New Hollywood Blondes are out of the ring. There they are. They're still down here on the floor. Yeah, hands raised. Joe over with Mark Batten and Johnny Wilhoit. Johnny was really they were choking on him for a minute with that rope, and Tojo and Mark Batten trying to get Johnny back to his feet. There they are. The new generation wins it by disqualification time, 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
Okay, they've got Johnny on the way back to the dressing room in there to get over that being choked. What? Oh, move. When Tojo, after it was all over with, got in there as they were choking Mark Batten, and Johnny, of course, is still down, he really cut loose with those chops on him. I got to tell you that for a fact. We're going to take time out. We got some more of it coming up, and we'll be back in just a moment. More of that action. Going to hop back in the ring here in just one moment. Hey, listen, Wednesday on the 18th, that's next Wednesday at Eminence, Kentucky, at Eminence High School, sponsored by the football team. Tickets on sale at the school. Big championship wrestling will be coming. You folks around that area next Wednesday, Eminence, Kentucky. Now, Tuesday night, you know the Louisville Gardens is going to be rocking with only the kind of action that you will find when you go see championship wrestling, my friend. It is going to be something else to see all of the great stars that will be there. A Southern Tag Team title match, entire card, of course. You're going to see a Southern Tag Team title match included. Phil Hickerson and the Spoiler defending against the tough veteran team of Dutch Mantell and Porkchop Cash. King Kong Bundy will be right there. And, of course, he's trying to hammer his way right into a single title. And speaking of single titles, this is going to be a scrap and a half. AWA Southern Heavyweight belt on the line. Rick Rude with Angel and Jimmy Hart in the corner going against Tommy Wildfire Rich. And then Randy Savage, Lanny Poffo against the Rock and Roll Express. Mania in the ring, Dave. Not one of the happier minutes.
No, this match is going to be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing at a total weight of 437 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Ken Raper, and from St. Petersburg, Florida, John King. Going against him, total weight 470 pounds. Poffo Mania with their manager Angelo Poffo. From St. John's, New Brunswick, Sir Lanny Poffo. And from Sarasota, Florida, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Pretty good-sized team that Poffo Mania is going against today in Raper and John King. Nowhere near the experience that the Macho Man and Sir Lanny have, and of course at ringside, Angelo Poffo, with all of his experience to add to it. Savage hops out of the ring, down on the floor. This guy is absolutely wild. He is totally unpredictable. Ken Raper in starting out against him, and Lanny Poffo at ringside will be waiting for the tag. We've said it a lot of times. It is true. Both of these guys are excellent athletes, and totally different in personality, too, Dave.
Yeah, personality and, style, too. A little bit of similarity in the style. They both like to go to the air a lot, and they are both quite athletic and agile.
In that...
That's Stan in professional wrestling. Tell Stan and Steve that. Tell the Rock and Roll. Tell everybody.
I'm sure that you will tell him. Look at that. Lanny Poffo with those feet hooks him, pops right back up on his feet. He's incredible. No question he is an unbelievable gymnast. Look at this. Boy, I'll tell you, he can go. But such an oddball pairing for brothers, these guys. Savage and everybody knows that they are. Look at King. Nice move. John King, pretty good maneuver himself. Goes up with a drop kick. Crotches Sir Lanny, and he can't hold him. I think he got him on the neck while the referee was watching Savage go up on the ring turnbuckles. Randy Savage pops off of that second turnbuckle with a double fist and bounces him hard. Out of the ring goes John King down on the floor.
Savage up on the top rope, drops down with a double forearm and fist right across the back of John King. Yeah, we talked about the difference in style and unusual pairing. Savage, you're seeing an example right now, just raw power. He just uses power, and he'll come driving off a top rope and power his opponents down, while Serlani uses more finesse. Both of them will beat your brains out if you're not careful.
Got that right. On a whip, Ken Raper takes a knee as he just drove into the corner, and Savage was waiting on him. The Macho Man banged him with a knee, tag, and look at that. Off the top rope, he sprung right down on Ken Raper. Raper scooped up, and there's the slam as Serlani with the elbow drops down. Now goes to the ropes, backflip off the rope, covers him up in a 1 count. I thought we had it right there.
Yeah, he broke it at the 1 count. To the corner and tagged Randy Savage.
Suplex. Nope. Thought he was going for a suplex. He just puts up on the turnbuckles Ken Raper. Savage suplexed him all right, but I mean off the turnbuckle. And that's it. Raper and King. Good team, but they just didn't have it to go with Poffo Mania today.
Poffo Mania, 3:21 the time.
Time out now to take a look at Poffo Mania in action against the Rock and Roll Express. This is something I think that Rock and Roll will long remember.
Rick with the right hand, but Leaping Lanny with the boot to the midsection. To the turnbuckle and a tag on Savage. Lanny holding the tights as Randy Savage hurls him out. Oh, this is this move by Savage. Oh my goodness. Picked up, back in the ring, trying to get the tag. Missed it, and a tag on Savage's brother, Lanny Poffo. Here comes Angelo.
Going to lead to a beautiful victory. It's started.
Angelo Poffo with his brand of commentating. Lanny, Rick Morton moves. Good move on Rick Morton. He made the tag. Yes, sir. Goes after Lanny, puts down Savage. Right hand to the head. Puts Savage down. Fires him in. Ducks him over. Oh! And a disqualification. Disqualification, 9 minutes of time as the win goes to the Rock and Roll. A disqualification. Look out, Savage is caught as they tried to pile drive Robert Gibson on the concrete floor. Now the ball's right out as we back up right on the table. Savage has him on the table. What is he doing? He's trying to pile drive him on the table. He's trying to pile drive him on our announcer's desk. Oh my God! Oh my gosh, he broke the table. Rick Morton, as we need some help. Savage, come on, Randy. Randy, this is ridiculous. Right on the word.
You're smiling face to talk. Are we sexy or are we not?
Yeah, you really think that's something? You almost break a guy's neck on a table.
You loved it, man. It was great, man. Because Poffo Mania is going to go from team to team to team. Tell Tojo Yamamoto that. Tell Stan and Steve that. And go to hospital.
Hey, you're not done with Rock and Roll Express yet. Rick Morton and Robert Gibson are still. They're back.
What about the pile driver, baby?
Yeah, I know. But listen, they'll be back in action. Let's listen to what they had to say about the whole thing.
You know, Rick, when we left the Mid-South area, we went looking for a national ranking. And, brother, we got that. You know, we were ranked in the top 5 in the world today. And we ain't about to come back home and let 3 punks, I'm talking about the Poffo mania. Son, we ain't coming back here and let y'all make us out of a stepping stone, because you ain't looking at the old Rock and Roll Express. You're looking at the new Rock and Roll Express, baby. And we're going to show you why we're ranked in the top 5 in the world today.
That's right, brother. You know, I want to relay a little message back to the Poffo mania. You know, the last time we wrestled these guys in Memphis, Tennessee, you stepped in the ring and you hit us with lefts, you hit us with rights, you even run my head in the post and even got up on top and power drive me on top of the table out on the floor. Well, brother, when that match was over, you still seen us get up and walk back to that dressing room, brother. Now I want to tell you just a little something, brother. Now, you can do all you want to, you can say all you want to, but the Rock and Roll Express is coming back home. Now, it's tag teams like you that made us what we are today, made us what we don't care. And when you see us again, you're going to see why we don't care, brother. We're going to step in that ring, and we're going to beat you. Now, either you could fly with the Eagles, or you could scratch with the chickens. Brother, the Rock and Roll Express loves to fly high, and I'm telling you that right now. So, Randy Savage, Lanny Poffo, Angelo Poffo, do all you can, brother, because you're going to see the Rock and Roll Express. We're coming back home, brother. We're coming back home to take care of some business. Like I said before, we don't care what we do and how we do it. We're coming to win. We're not talking about putting your shoulders down on the ring for a 3 count. We're talking about winning. Now, I don't care if we have to roll out on the floor, get a chair, bring a chain, or even a baseball bat, brother. The Rock and Roll Express is coming back.
Revenge, baby.
And when we get through with you, brother, you're going to wish you never even heard of the Rock and Roll Express. Like I said, yeah, you hurt my neck, but my pride was hurt a heck of a lot more. And we're coming home. We're coming home to get you. So you remember, the Rock and Roll Express, the new one, we're coming back. Woo!
Your way.
There's no doubt about it.
Is that a threat?
Yeah, that's exactly what they had.
Or is that dumb? Or is that stupid, man? Because we make the Road Warriors look like little kids walking around the street. Half Stan and Steve, half the Rock and Roll.
Lance, I have to admit, I was viewing that tape with a great deal of skepticism. But after having seen it and judging it merely for its content, I have to say, when you sift out all the hey babies and the rock and roll jargon, of which I am not familiar, but I have made a study from a little bit behind the scenes, they don't care what they're going to do as long as they do it. In other words, the end justifies the means. In other words, the worst form of motivation is revenge. Revenge is one thing that no man should put us under, because there is no satisfaction that comes from revenge, even from victory. What we are talking about is decadent filth. Rock and roll, in its essence, is taking young men and women and making them slaves to sins of the flesh and sins of pleasure. I stand for courage, purity, honesty, humility, diligence, charity, and fidelity.
Well, that gives you an idea about Poffo-mania. Well, let me tell you, Rick and Robert...
Don't tell us nothing! Don't tell us nothing! Let me tell you something! 6033 in the corner in Poffo-mania, yeah. The sexiest team that nobody can do anything about. Don't talk to him no more!
All right, that's good. We don't want to talk to you anymore anyhow.
Don't throw me off!
All right. We'll take time out, and we'll get back around here before we get in the middle of Poffo-mania. We've been waiting for it, and now the finale coming up here with the King and Stan and Steve, and an expiration of time match. It's going to be quite a go. No bad team they're going against, the Nightmares, both of them back in action now, and their partner will be Big Keith Roberson, as we will have a 6-man tag match in what time we do have left. Stan and Steve walking around the ring saying hi to everybody, along with the King up in the ring, as he is watching the crowd. Really super reception everywhere these guys go. I think we mentioned a little bit ago that they're an unusual combination. They've got great sense of humor, and yet, boy, they're as serious as a heart attack when it comes down to getting to it, brother. They can give you that action. Woo!
They step up into the ring right now. This is going to be a match to the expiration of time. Introducing for six-man tag team action at a total weight of 660 pounds from parts unknown, the Nightmares, and their partner from Memphis, Tennessee, Keith Roberson. Going against him, total 682 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. And his partners, both out of Florida, one from Tampa, one from Delray Beach, Steve Kern and Stanley. For the expiration of time, Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, as Steve and Stan come out of their attire. Stan, a real big music buff, boy.
He likes oldies but goodies.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, he knows them all, too. Both of them in great shape. The King looks like he'll be starting out, and that's exactly what's going to happen. As the Nightmare, number 1, starts out, the King in the ring. Roberson is the third man on the side of the ring closest to us. You see his back right there. He's a big guy. Go over 240, doesn't he, Dave?
Yeah, he goes about 242, 243. He is big, has a lot of potential. Unfortunately, he's kind of hooked up with some of the wrong friends here in this portion of his career. He's been in there with what he calls and others.
A shortcut, short circuit. Yeah, up there in the brain somewhere, because he starts thinking that's the way to get in there and get it in a hurry.
Nightmare smacked Lawler with a fist. That may have been one of the biggest mistakes he ever made. Lawler back on the ropes. Roberson holding him up there. Roberson gets the right fist from the Nightmares. Lawler ducked out of the way, and he's back over close to his corner.
Roberson hadn't even tagged in. He's already been decked down here on the studio floor.
Knocked down to the floor. That's right. Lawler waiting as the Nightmares make a tag. Nightmare number 2. Both are about the same size.
Yes,
This
are.
one just a little bit shorter than the other, I guess.
Not physical giants, but man, can they wrestle. Oh, yeah. And they will really give you a quick go.
Stan Lane stepping in there.
Look at him.
Yeah, a little bit of help maybe from outside from Steve Kern. There's the tag. Here's Steve coming in. Boy, round behind, he just dropped the Nightmare down to the mat, had those shoulders down, and got a count of 2 before Nightmare is able to quickly move and stop the 3 count from falling. He was almost pinned immediately as Steve jumped into the ring and just took his shoulders down to the mat with a leg dive. Tag made. The King coming in. Jerry Lawler with the right hand staggers the Nightmare back into the turnbuckles. Nightmare to his corner, tags the big guy. This is the first official appearance in the match for Keith Roberson. Roberson out of Memphis. The King out of Memphis. Roberson's head into the top turnbuckle, and Stan Lane holding a boot there. Lawler over for the tag. He sees the boot, and he says, why not? He slammed Roberson's head into it. Stan in after the tag. Body slams Big Keith.
Got him again.
Tag made. Steve Kern coming in. They wait. The double backdrop.
Time running out on our expiration of time.
Kern body slams it. Lawler off the middle rope.
Could
Count
be
is
it.
1, 2, 3. Lane, Kern, Lawler with a victory.
Okay, we're going to take time out. We'll be back with a final word in just a moment.
Oh, I'm looking forward to next Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. I tell you what, it's not going to be just one fight. I got a suspicion one of them is going to be a return grudge match with Randy Savage and Lanny Poffo going against Rick Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. I know that's going to be a fight, and I got a suspicion that maybe that Southern heavyweight title match may turn into a little brawl, too, because Rick Rude with Angel and Hart over in his corner is going to be defending against Tommy Wildfire Rich, and Tommy Rich has been known, if the occasion calls for it, to get down and really get it on in that fighting department, Tommy.
That's exactly right, Lance. Thank you very much for the compliments. First of all, I'd like to say hi to all the pretty young ladies and the rest of the wrestling fans there in Louisville that's got behind Eddie Gilbert and myself. And I also like to say this is a first. You know, since we've been back in the area, hadn't got to have no title shots.
That's right.
Well, this is the first time Louisville, Kentucky, Tommy Rich against Big Boy, Rick Rude, Pretty Boy, whatever you want to call yourself, Rude. You go ahead and talk all of your bull. But what I'm saying, when I come to Louisville, Kentucky, just like I said, it's been a heck of a town for Tommy Rich. So I'm coming. You've got the muscles. You've got it all, brother. You just keep thinking that and keep that Southern heavyweight title till Tuesday night, because when I get there, I'm going to be sitting right on ready. I might be out to the match up there drinking some beer with one of them men drinking that beer up there in the crowd, because what I plan on doing, you can have Jimmy Hart, you can have the Angel. Tommy Rich has been all over the country, and I fought a hell of a lot better man than you, Rude. So what I'm saying is, Tuesday night, Louisville, Kentucky. It's the first time since I've been back in the area that I've been in a single match, and I'm coming to TCB. Take care of business. So, Rude, bring Angel, bring Hart, bring everything you got to bring, because just like I said, all I need is all them people behind Tommy Rich, and we're talking about defeat in the worst way. Rude, be ready, because you done overlooked the wrong one, because I'm coming to TCB, brother.
You can't talk that man away, friend. You're going to have to fight him away. Tommy Rich going after Rick Rude Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens.
Boy, we had some impressive action here today with Lawler, Kern, and Lane. We had
what a team.